I'm Matt Cocco from Cocco's Pizza. We've been in business here in Delaware County for 42 years, since 1978. One of the things that I think that sets us apart for our cheesesteaks is we make our rolls in-house, fresh every day.
And cookies and ice cream?
Yeah, and we have our homemade gelato and our homemade baked goods right next door at Cocco's Gelateria as well.
Yay!
Cocco's Pizza, Primos, PA, the original, the first, the corporate headquarters. This location has everything. This is my favorite family cheesesteak place. They make their own rolls. They make their own cookies. They make their own ice cream. They got Coca-Cola memorabilia. They got a train on a train track going around the room. Just a lovely atmosphere. Matt doing his family proud, running a nice shop here. Very personable, very nice place, very well run. I enjoy my stops at Cocco's.
Here's the judges. Another day of judging. Cocco's starting off with the original Cocco's in Sea Cane.
It's a shame. It's a good roll, but he needs to make sure that it's cut evenly. There's a, you know what I mean? There's a lot on the top, but a little bit on the bottom. So
Oh, you got the opposite.
it's got a good flavor
Got an
to
angle
it.
to it.
Great flavor, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The meat's a little chewy, so like tougher than some other ones. But I like his onions.
Bread, it's got the crust, it's got the chew.
It's got that sheen on it. It's a thick roll though.
Just made a bigger one. How do you make it easier?
Well, like it wouldn't be 2 halves, but for $8.75, one that would be like this big. That's $8.75 is like really
Yeah.
Yeah.
good price compared to some of the other places.
So the mushrooms, they didn't feel like canned.
No.
They feel like fresh mushrooms. Start out the day hungry, come in, have a great
No.
cheesesteak out of the gate.
Dan, I'm the owner of Wolf Superior Sandwiches in Aston. Just a wacky sandwich spot. Do all kinds of crazy stuff. They had our basic cheesesteak using shaved ribeye, sliced American cheese from Dietz & Watson, fresh sliced in house, mushrooms and onions. We do a lot of weird steaks. We have home of the gritty. It's Haversack scrapple, shaved ribeye, caramelized onions, sriracha ketchup, and a homemade cheese sauce. Got a new one, the Jimmy 2 times. It's shaved ribeye, Genoa salami, hot cappy, arugula, long hots, bruschetta, and balsamic reduction, and provolone on a garlic bread roll. That's what we do. We get weird with food. Come try us out.
Wolf's Superior Sandwiches, Aston, PA. And I want to apologize right off the bat. We had some technical difficulties, so the video is very short. Good conversation, meaningful, impactful conversation about the cheesesteak, but a short video. Hey, I do have to do everything. Sometimes I don't do everything great. Very, you'll see a lot of napkins being used. Very, very juicy. A lot of juice on this cheesesteak.
Day of cheesesteaks, Delco. Wolf Superior Sandwiches.
Here we go. I'm excited.
You look excited.
Hi, Quinn.
It's superior. It's in the name. What kind of cheese do you use?
That's Dietz & Watson's Premium American.
And then it kind of melts with like the mushroom sauce. Like you have like a mushroom sauce.
No, that's just mushrooms, cheese, onions, steak, shaved ribeye.
Oh my god. Shaved ribeye.
Shaved ribeye. Get it in every day from Colonial Meats in Westchester.
Fresh mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mushroom tastes great.
Yeah.
Bring them in, cut them down, cook them up.
You can taste the mushroom. You can taste the onion throughout, and the cheese throughout.
Oh, you can really taste the mushrooms. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Like you said, it's like a stroganoff.
It does. It almost tastes like stroganoff.
Yeah.
So here we are, our next match brings up Cocco's Original against Wolf's Superior Sandwiches. So Cocco's, they make their own bread. It was a good roll, and cookies, and pizza, and ice cream. They've got a nice setup there, and apparently they've branched out. I'm excited to go back there again. Their cheesesteak on homemade bread. The bread was good. The meat the cheese. I enjoyed it all around. A very good sandwich. The meat itself was chopped nicely, mixed evenly with the cheese. Good distribution. It filled the roll. The mushrooms and onions were notable, but not overwhelming or underwhelming. They're right where they needed to be. To me, it was a humble sandwich. It reminded me of cheesesteaks I enjoyed as a kid. Just kind of simple, but hearty and mixed well, and great texture with the meat and the cheese, nice and creamy. So it was a good sandwich. I enjoyed it. Wolf's Superior Sandwiches was a tasty cheesesteak. Dan Wolf, young guy, opened up the shop himself. He's doing a good job, and he's getting really creative with the menu, making all sorts of sandwiches. Anything he dreams up, he's making it. It's a fun place to go. The cheesesteak itself I thought the meat was cut a little bit thicker than I would like it. He was using, was it American cheese? Do you remember?
It was.
Yeah.
It was American cheese.
yeah.
Jason Watson.
American cheese. I thought that the meat itself needed some seasoning, needed a little bit more attention to that detail, and the sandwich itself, although very tasty, was a bit messy. Reminded me of some late night cheesesteaks with cheese whiz dripping out of the bottom. Very tasty, but I think it's more of the messier cheesesteaks. Have a napkin, don't eat over your lap, but very good. I'm going to give my vote to Cocco's on there.
So I think Wolf's Superior Sandwiches, Dan will tell you, if you ask him, he likes to get weird with food, and it shows in a big way. I mean, he's got a lot of great sandwiches there, from like the Gritty and other ones. I mean, who puts scrap on a sandwich? But when it comes to a cheesesteak, mushrooms and onions came through in a big way. It's funny you mentioned cheese whiz with the cheese, because the American, even though it was American cheese, it was more like a whiz consistency. Shaved ribeye. I thought the mushrooms and onions came through in a big way, and you could taste them more so than the meat. So I did like Cocco's better because it was finely chopped mushrooms and onions throughout, so it was like almost like the whole sandwich just melded together. Great flavor, very enjoyable. They do bake their own rolls in-house, so I think that there's something there. So I would say that on this one, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with Cocco's.
Cocco beware.
You know what? Just to add on to that, like everybody's saying, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, Wolf's, great place, nice guy, brought a table out for us so we could sit outside, which was nice and everything. The one big thing that came from that, and I think that just dropped it a couple points for me, was that runny cheese, you know, moisture conglomerate. And I agree. I wrote down that it did need a little bit of black pepper in the meat. It needed something there. What can you say about Cocco's? Like I said, it was a tough decision between the two. The only thing I would say about Cocco's, great roll, homemade roll. Whoever made it, pay a little bit more attention to cutting that roll, because, you know, as you get into your sandwich, you know, you don't want like a little piece on the bottom going to a big thick piece on the top. You know, you want it even. I think it could have done with a little bit more American cheese at Cocco's, but what they had was nice, was good. Like I said, set up. They're in this business not only to make cheesesteaks, but they're in this food business to stay in business. So I'd have to give my nod to Cocco's.
Cocco's.